It just rained the past few days and the car is completely muddy. So I guess we'll start this video off with a car wash. Alright, cold start. Alright guys, so I just got off work, and as you guys saw, my car is completely filthy right now. So we'll start this day off, we'll go to my favorite touchless car wash that does a perfect job, and then we'll get this video started. So in this video, we'll be talking about coilovers, and why it's such an important modification for a lot of cars, but especially for the Subaru BRZ, Scion FRS, and Toyota 86. Guys, so I'm about to get a car wash, and here's a pro tip for you guys. Since I live in a condo and I can't wash my car by myself, I have this Black Magic No Scrub wheel cleaner, and this stuff is awesome. So I'm at my touchless car wash right now, this one right here. All you have to do is put this on your wheels before you head into the car wash. Alright, here's my car wash ticket, and as you can see, my car is completely filthy, and I sprayed the cleaner on every wheel, and it makes the wheel and tire look awesome. Alright guys, just got out of the car wash, and after every wash I get, I use these two things. I use this glass cleaner with no ammonia because it's not bad for your tint, and I also use this Meguiar's waterless car wash, and it works awesome. And now we'll get a quick look at my car and we'll get going. And as you can see, my wheels look perfect. That Black Magic wheel cleaner works phenomenal on the wheels and tires, but look at that. The wheels look brand new. Alright guys, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about coilovers. So first we'll take a look at my Subaru BRZ. And on my car right now, I have Fortune Auto 500 coilovers. I do have the Swift Spring upgrade with the adjustable end links. And with the coilovers, you're able to do a lot of things with them. And as you can see, I was able to make my fitment with my BRZ really good. It's low, it could be lower, but for this it's perfect for me. I can daily drive this no problem, front and the back here. And it eliminated the wheel gap from factory. And it allowed me to use bigger wheels and tires. These are 18 by 9.5 with a 38 offset, my work wheels. These tires are 245, 35 by 18s, and I could put 255s and possibly 265s as well. And with that, I was able to do 255s and 245s because of the negative camber in the front. So as you can see, hopefully it shows in video, my wheel is slightly turned in like this. Going in like this, that's negative camber. If your wheel was facing out like that, that would be positive camber. And negative camber, you do get a lot of benefits from it. It can be used for racing to have more contact with the road. It could be used to have better fitment overall. And there's people that go to the extremes and have extreme camber, and that's the style they do. And for my car, I have a really subtle camber, -3 in the front. I actually have no camber in the back at all, very subtle, but I think it looks good for what I'm doing with my car. So we're gonna head into the car right now, go for a drive, and talk about coilovers. In my comments and on Instagram, I have a lot of you asking about my modifications, about my wheels, coilovers, my headers, my exhaust, what I have on my car and the benefits of it, what to do, what not to do, and so on. I'm gonna do a series talking about modifications, and hopefully it can help you make good choices on what modifications to get for your car. Alright guys, so we'll be talking about coilovers, and if you guys have anything to add to what I'm saying, please put it in the comments down below. So I've had coilovers on pretty much every car I've owned. I've had springs with cars too, but I've always liked coilovers because you have more adjustability. and especially for the Subaru BRZ FRS and 86, you have a huge array of coilovers to pick from. I was on FTA's Speed Factory this morning, and there was maybe like 150 different coilovers you can pick from. And what's good is that there's prices from $500 to well over $2,000. So if you're just getting into cars, or if you just bought your Subaru BRZ FRS or 86, or if you're just on a budget, you can get coilovers for really good cost. So we'll start this video off with a quick acceleration. Alright, so there's this bridge coming up, and it's always so loud when I go underneath it. So loud, but my new exhaust setup is so good. With the topic of coilovers, you can talk for hours about this, but I'm going to talk about why I love coilovers personally and why it's great to have it on your car. And with my BRZ, I'm daily driving this right now, and I'm able to daily drive this car no problem because the coilovers I picked for my car work great for daily driving. So coilovers could be used for form and for function. Different kinds of coilovers. If you get cheaper ones, you most likely don't have as much adjustability. When you get more expensive coilovers, you have adjustability. You can change the dampering on it. For me, with my car, when I showed you guys in the beginning, I was able to change my camber. You can change the toe with it. You can change a lot of things with coilovers, and you can adjust it to a certain way. And usually with cheaper coilovers, you usually just have the ability to make your car higher or lower. So back in the day, coilovers were only for race cars, for race teams. And over the years, it was open to the public. Coilovers first came out for the public to buy. They were extremely expensive. But like I was saying, especially for the BRZ FRS and 86 and a bunch of other cars too, there's cheaper coilovers and more expensive coilovers. And I definitely recommend anyone who's interested in coilovers to research what you're doing, because there's different coilovers for different things. Coilovers that are strictly for racing, that they're really stiff, and you wouldn't want to use those for daily driving. And there's coilovers that are right in the middle. So right now I have the Fortunato 500 coilovers with the Swift Spring upgrade and with the adjustable end links. And honestly, the quality is so good. Probably one of the best coilover brands I've ever had. I've had BC coilovers in the past. I had Skunk 2 coilovers, that was in my Honda Civic Si. But these Fortunato 500, the quality is phenomenal. And I use these for daily driving and when I get on it, when I'm on the back roads, when I'm going to the track. I can take my car anywhere, and it's great for pretty much everything. And in the Chicago area, the roads are not great. There's potholes, rocks, there's bumps everywhere. But my car's able to take them no problem. Another thing that's awesome about coilovers, especially for the BRZ FRS and 86, because with these cars from factory, you're already low down. The center of gravity for these cars is so low down. You have the 50-50 weight distribution. And when you have springs or even coilovers, when you get lower to the ground, your car does ride on rails. And I know people say that all the time about this car, and they call this man the poor man's Porsche, but it's 100% true. And there's nothing wrong with the stock suspension. The stock suspension is great. You can get your car straight from the dealership and bring it to the track and have a great time. But I promise, if you get good quality coilovers on your BRZ FRS or 86, and having your car lower to the ground, it's gonna feel like a go-kart. It's gonna make your car feel like a race car. When you're looking to buy aftermarket suspension for your car, you have different choices. You can get lowering springs, which is honestly a good option as well. Lowering springs, you can't do as much. You can make your car higher or lower. You don't have the adjustability of coilovers, but they're good. There's really good springs out there. And you have obviously the coilovers, and you have air suspension. And air suspension, there's different brands like Air Ride, and with those you use air to be able to raise your car and lower your car on the spot, which is awesome. But the first thing you have to ask yourself is, are you going to be tracking your car? Is it going to be your drift car? Is it going to be your daily driver? Or is it going to be a car you're going to use for everything? You have to ask yourself what you're going to use it for. And at that point, the second thing you have to ask yourself is, what is your budget? What is the most you can spend without breaking the bank? and at that point do your research. And for the BRZ FRS and 86, entry coilover brand is Teen or Tine, however it's said. And they make good quality coilovers at pretty much all price ranges. But they have coilovers under $1,000. I believe they have coilovers at like $600 or $700, $1,000, then like $2,000 or $1,800 around there. But the entry coilovers for that brand, I've heard nothing but good things about it from friends and people in my 86 group. And I was actually looking to get those possibly before my Fortunato 500 coilovers, but I ended up getting these for a deal, and I'm happy I got these. But if I didn't get these, I would have had the Teen coilovers. Now I'll talk about my experience with my coilovers. So, like I said, with my Fortunato 500 coilovers, I've had them on my car for about maybe a year and a half now, a little less than 2 years. I had them for almost the whole lifetime of my car, and when I first bought my BRZ, I actually had Eibach Sportline lowering springs, and they were actually really good. I had my XXR wheels on my car that was able to lower my car. It looked aggressive, it looked great, but when I got bigger, thicker wheels, when I got my work wheels, I needed to upgrade my suspension. My work wheels were not going to fit with just the lowering springs. I needed the coilovers. And using my coilovers every day, I have a smooth ride. Right now, I'm on a smooth road, but when I drive to work, I'm on the highway every day. I'm able to drive smoothly to work, no problem. I also drove long distance with these as well. I actually drove my BRZ with my Fortunato 500 coilovers all the way to Florida, from Chicago and from Florida back here. And that's a 1,200 mile drive. That's about 18 hours of driving. And I had no issues at all. It wasn't too bumpy, it wasn't too stiff. It was honestly perfect. It was a comfortable ride, and I couldn't be happier with these coilovers I have on my car. So in this video, I could recommend a bunch of different brands of coilovers, but there's honestly so many for the BRZ FRS and 86. And I recommend you do your research, and like I said, what you'll be using it for, and your budget. Once you do that, look on FT86 or other websites, and after you find the brand you like that you think will be good for yourself, look at the reviews for them, look at YouTube videos, and after that, make that choice to buy them. And the last thing you want to do is get coilovers that are not for what you need. The last thing you want to do is get really stiff coilovers for daily driving, so every bump you go over is brutal. You want to make sure you have really good coilovers for whatever you're doing. Alright guys, I'm ending the video right here. We're losing some light, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video about coilovers, because coilovers is definitely one of my favorite mods for my BRZ, and also any other car I've had in the past. And remember to buy coilovers that are best for yourself, and don't cheap out. And please leave a comment down below what your favorite brand of coilovers is. For me, my favorite two brands is my BC coilovers I had in the past, and my Fortunato 500 coilovers I have on my BRZ right now. The quality is phenomenal and it rides great. And remember, I respond back to every single comment I get. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.